Hey there, my name is AnnMarie Gray. I'm a counselor at the Mindful and Multicultural Counseling Center, and today we're going to talk about self-care. You may have been led here by my blog post on our website. Awesome. Let's begin. So what is self-care after all? We hear this buzzword everywhere. Well, let's see what the National Council for Wellbeing says. They suggest it's any intentional action taken to increase one, physical, mental, emotion, and spiritual health, or giving attention to and regulating one's overall mental and physical health, which is not in our control, deliberate and self-initiated. So here for a second, we're going to talk about debunking the myths of self-care. First of all, self-care is not selfish. Number two, the effects of self-care are temporary, also not true. I encourage my clients all the time. This isn't a thing to do just when you're feeling bad. It's a thing to do all the time. And creating that structure will be beneficial in all areas of your life if you continuously do it. Number three, self-care is just for women. No, definitely not. That just adds to the stigma of men shouldn't say how they feel or recognize. Everyone needs self-care, no matter who you are. Number four, self-care takes too much time. We can always make time because self-care is needed to feel well. Number five, self-care is doing anything that soothes you. No, self-care is what works for you as an individual. There are relaxation techniques and things to help you feel soothed, but that's just not it. Number six, self-care is the same for everybody. Definitely not. Everybody is an individual with different needs, different things that work for them. Also, you may never know if you don't try. Different activities that may fit into your self-care routine. So let's talk and give this a little bit of perspective. If we look at this triangle, which is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, what this is describing is that we must take care of our physiological needs and our safety needs before we go up on the spectrum. So in order to get to that self-actualization, what we need is to take care of the things on the bottom. So those physiological needs, which include having safe water to drink, having a roof over our heads, taking a shower every single day, taking care of those hygiene needs, all of those basic needs before we are able to move forward and up in the triangle. And it makes total sense. I mentioned in the blog post what inspired me to start this self-care checklist. And during the beginning of the pandemic, when people were not leaving the house, and we began neglecting ourselves a whole lot. So while I was thinking of winter and self-care checklist and writing that, I started thinking about Maslow's triangle. So the physiological needs is the self-care we need in order to function every single day, in order to maintain a positive outlook, maintain our mental health. And as we go on, so self-care, physiological, we feel safe. And after we have those things, we're going to expand and talk to different people in our social circle, want to meet new people. Then we start to feel good about ourselves. And then as our needs are met, we are coming into ourselves and unapologetically us, because throughout this whole triangle, we are taking care of our needs, what we need to be successful humans. I also, in my blog post, mentioned the 8 dimensions of wellness, and this is directly related to how we live. All of these things come together. And the Council of Wellbeing says, create a balance work with play and rest. build in time for recuperation and recovery so we can live our lives fully and productively. So let's think of this, the 8 dimensions of wellness. We have social, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, physical, environmental, financial, and occupational. All of these involve self-awareness, and they also need you to think about how you define your wellness and your balance in your life. So this multi-dimensional model, while you're creating your self-care plan, what does that look like for you to keep all of these things in check? So I'm going to share with you my own personal self-care checklist I've made for some clients. And I will share this in a Google Doc for you. Everyone's list is going to look differently because not everyone's 8 dimensions of wellness looks the same. Some things that I need to feel balanced is not like the next guy. So this is just something to keep in mind, where your priorities are, but also thinking about what you need to feel balanced, safe, and that your needs are getting met every single day. So here's an example of the self-care checklist. Some simple things on here. Take your daily medication. Take any weekly meds. Maybe it's a vitamin D. Brush your teeth. Shower. It might be a few days and you'll feel like a completely different person. Maybe wash your hair every 2 days. Determine how much water you want to drink. Maybe make a water goal. If you want to think about nutrition and meals, plan your meals for the next day. You won't have to worry about it tomorrow. You'll have everything laid out for you. Daily movement, getting into some kind of routine. If it's yoga, walking, whatever fits into your life and that you enjoy. This may even include doing a journal prompt. Get those juices flowing. Meditation for at least 5 minutes a day. And we all know this could expand out to however long you want, but when we're just beginning, the meditation for at least 5 minutes, even could be 2 or 3, it can just help you push reset. If it's at lunchtime, even when you wake up in the morning, meditation is great any time of day. But you must get comfortable with it too. Which just gave me an idea for another video. All right. Also, you might want to check in with your supports, those that are closest to you, those that help you strive and are your cheerleaders. Organization, checking your calendar for upcoming events, appointments. You may want to add to your calendar any upcoming events that you need to keep up with. Financial, do a daily budget check. Sign into your online banking if that's what you do. And this is a huge one that I've been trying to focus on lately, is not using technology before bed. So just putting your phone away, plugging it in, setting your alarm, and doing some sort of activity that doesn't involve technology or a light in front of you. So that could be light stretching or even a meditation. It's whatever works for you. And then setting a structured bedtime also. I know for some, if they work early the next morning, they might want to go to bed early. It's like I keep on saying, it's finding what works for you. All right, so tips on starting a plan. Take a self-care assessment. I will leave a link for you with the blog. It's so important to recognize where you're at and then to maybe even evaluate yourself again in a month, 2 months. As you're trying to implement these things to take care of you, it's always good to consistently assess. And you know what? There's a friendly therapist. You could ask for help. Therapy is such a great tool to help getting to know yourself, getting to evaluate what you need for self-care. Make it practical as you're making your small steps. Keeping your goals simple and sticking with what you know. Last but not least, being kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Starting anything new is hard, and we are all humans. So, do you need help making your self-care plan? Assessing your needs? Figuring out where to start? Well, we're the perfect place for you. We have a team of therapists that are willing to go above and beyond and help you with this. So, and also here at our practice, we don't only offer therapy, but there's extra support. There's online yoga. There's mindfulness. We're here to support you and your well-being and your journey for your brain and your body. So to learn more, you can go to our website, which is listed here, or where you may have found this blog post, or you could reach out to contact@mmcounselingcenter.com. We're happy to answer any questions, so just give us a holler. Thank you. Be well, and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a good day.